Yo guys, we're gonna be starting in a minute. I'm testing a couple of things today too, so hopefully we get this good, man. So please if you see anything not working well, just let me know. Okay. Couple of things that we're gonna have today. Later on today, I'm actually gonna open phone lines today for the first time and see how that works. I don't know. It might be a good idea, it might be bad. We'll see. But we're gonna do a quick little stream today. OTAs is coming up, so I just want to make sure everything, we had everything good. Whoop. So let me mute this bad boy. Birth Lock, what up, man? Thanks for coming. Cody Jones, thanks, man. Hopefully you like that starting soon intro. I also have the new background today. Let me know if it is a little annoying. I can take it out. Marcus, what's up, man? I'm glad you like that. That's just an intro for as I'm setting everything up. Have that ready. That dope boy, what up, bro? Jose Garcia, what up, man? Cody, one step closer to real football, man. Telling me, I'm ready for real football. Asmodeus, what's up, bro? Let's get it. What up? So Marcus says, I'm at my favorite restaurant, Los Mariachi, so I can't hear, but in Raven and Yo are my dudes. Okay, thanks, bro, for sure, appreciate it. So Birdflock said, I want Gerald McCoy. Sorry, I jumped that because, it ties up to what we're talking about. Like I said, so I'm just going to display real quick, but later on, please don't make any phone calls right now. Because I had never tested a phone call on a live stream. We're going to test that bad boy out today. So never tested a phone call on a live stream. We're going to have that. Hold on. It will be this. So that will be the phone number. We'll display that later. It's there, man. It's just the end of the day, man, Marcus. It's just the end of the day. I hear Bowser might move to inside linebacker. Okay, so let's talk about all that good stuff. Okay, so we brought 3 new free agents. I was surprised. It was like the Costa woke up one day and said, you know what? I feel like today's a good day to sign people. So, Culper McPhee, yo, dude, you played here before. What's up? You want to join? You free agent. You have nowhere to go. $1 million. Done. And then he signed a guy that I really liked. A guy that we were going to sign before. Hold on. Sorry. A guy that I want, that we were gonna draft. Remember that draft? The Broncos leapfrog us, took Chenray. Chenray has been up and down. Injuries have give him a toll. But hey, 1 year deal for $1 million. Again, it was like the Costa said, like, let's sign people. Boom, sign. And then last, which was the biggest surprise for me, was the wide receiver, right? Floyd. I figured, well, after I was, thinking about it, I was like, okay, they needed another big body receiver. It's a fly. None of these contracts are guaranteed as far as I know. So it's low risk, high reward. Makes sense. So we're going to dissect them a little bit. Eldrick Stone, what up, bro? Thanks for coming. Cody, good death. Money equals, AD, man. AD, I know. Marcus says, I'm loving our team right now. The Costa is the truth. I doubt Floyd makes the team, but who knows? That dope boy. Okay, so that's what I want to talk. So let's start with McPhee. McPhee wasn't a sign that I necessarily loved. Hold on, let me fix this a little bit. There we go. I was like, why are we bringing McPhee? McPhee in his best moments as of right now is being Timmy Williams, right? He's a pass rusher specialist. Now then, I said that's like, okay, why would they bring him? They wouldn't want to waste the money, right? Because they did give him signing bonus. That is, even if you cut them, that's money for them. So I was like, what would they bring him? And the more I think about it, it's like, well, is he gonna be an outside backer? Remember when he started with the Ravens, he was both an outside backer and like an interior DN. They did the same thing with Z. So I was like, okay, maybe. They feel like they're not getting enough pass rushers for the inside. Wormley's not really good on the pass rushing side from the inside. Henry's good, but Henry gets injured, so maybe that's it. Kicking McPhee in. Then you think about Shea Ray. Shea Ray is more of an outside backer. And the problem with Ray has been injury, that wrist injury, and you need that, your hands to deliver the punch blow to the opponents. So I was like, okay, why do we bring Shane Ray when we have Bowser? Well, we need depth, right? We do need depth. So in my opinion, what they're going to do with Per McPhee, in my opinion, is going to play more of a DN role, that 3-4 DN role. And then Shane Ray will be part of the rotation. So now your rotation consists of Judon, Bowser, Timmy Williams, Ferguson, and Shane Ray. Now, not all of them are going to make the team. I'm expecting either Perel or Shane Ray not to make the team unless somebody gets injured. But if somebody gets injured, you want at least 4 pass rushers or, outside linebackers. So those are my thoughts about the outside rusher. We'll talk about the receiver as we take a couple of these comments. There have been reports that the Browns signed. Yeah, thank you. Thank God it's joking. I love the depth in the pass rusher and linebacker. So Marcus, Asmodi says Aussie to the Costa is like a switching from Dean Peace to... That's not a bad analogy, Asmodius. Let's get it. Says McPhee ain't making the squad. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't make the squad. Cody Jones says, why not a bird flock? They sign everyone. Oh, yeah. Well, the thing is, McCoy there, they had Sheldon Richard. I'm missing another dude from the interior. I mean, yeah, who knows, right? They are signing everyone. Lucky Luciano. Shout out to you. Thanks for coming to the live stream. They signed them for competition. So Bowser and William don't feel like they had the job being handed to them. It's to push the young guys. I'm not disagreeing with you, but Shea Ray is a young guy, and I wouldn't be mad if he makes the team. And if he paints out, that's great. Because the worst thing that happens is he balls out. Next year he gets a big contract. We get a compensatory pick. All these moves are low risk, high reward. But I do think McPhee, I just don't see McPhee having that lateral movement anymore. So that's why I think he's just gonna be hand in the dirt, kicking to the inside, the end. Basically, he's gonna be rotating with Willie Henry, and Burrell, for my opinion, excelled when he was more rushing from the inside than from the outside. So Willie Henry, Wormley, Zyler. That's gonna be part of that rotation on the D inside. So, as Modi says, Lucky, I agree. You don't build muscle without tearing fiber. Jalen Ferguson making the team. Yeah, that's unless he gets injured, they're not gonna cut a second round pick. Lucky says it's low risk, high reward. If they suck, they get cut. If they make it, you have another pass. Yeah, no, and you need, guys, we need it. I mean, in a perfect world, you don't need it because everybody's healthy. But, that's not reality. As soon as camp breaks, you're going to start hearing Nagy you're here, Populous here, blah, blah, blah. So that Dope Boy says, it's good we have depth. Remember, Judon contract is up this year. I agree with that. If we don't sign Judon before the season starts, in my opinion, we ain't getting Judon back. Low cost, high reward. I agree. Edric Stone, thanks for joining the live. So let's talk about Floyd, because that's the one that for me was really surprised. So like, damn, Floyd, what is this dude here for? What would we need this dude? And I was like, okay, let me again think about it. Why? Well, does he bring something different to what we have? So we have Snead. Yes, he's different from Snead. He's different from Hollywood. He is not different for Boykins right now. Boykins is better than Floyd. Is he different from Moore? Yes. So Floyd at this point, I feel like is more possession. He can take a little bit top of, you know, he can take the top out of the defense, but his speed is not what it was. Injury has derailed his career. His best years was under Arizona. Last 2 years, you barely hear from the dude, right? So my thought was, what I think they brought him, what they wanted to see once preseason starts, if he doesn't get injured before that, how is this team gonna compose on the red zone, right? How are we gonna work in the red zone? We don't have that many big dudes. I think they want to have big body receivers on the red zone that can block, but maybe we can have play action, read option, and then say, Lamar, just throw it high to them. So we have Boykins, we have the tight ends. But other than those two, who's the other guy? We don't really have another guy, right? So my expectation is he doesn't make the team. But if he does, that's why he will make it. Because of the red zone threat, because of the the not being able to produce touchdowns in the red zone. So we need those big body receivers. We have a lot of we have really good tight ends. Not a lot, but we have really good tight ends. So I think it depends. If he produces in the preseason on the touchdown side, that's when you keep him. So let me see here. Cody says Judon won't sign early. Yeah, I agree with you. Unless they tell Judon, you know what, this is a really good deal, fair deal, they will have to give him minimal what Z got, and I think that's a lot of dough. So McPhee is going to take Suggs' role. He might do some things, but he really is there for veteran leadership. So Asmodeus, I'm not disagreeing with the veteran leadership, but that's also, I feel like they want Judon to take that place on the leadership part. Suggs actually was fairly good setting the edge and dropping back in like a not shallow zone on the like a corner, but we're like checking those flats. Yeah, he wasn't super fast, but he's super smart. McPhee was never that guy. McPhee was really good rushing through the inside. He wasn't bad on the outside, but through the inside. That's why the more I think about it, he's going to be, in my opinion, kick on the D inside. Let me see here. That dope boy says, I hope we can extend Judon and Stanley too. So Stanley, you could potentially extend him next year. Next year he's in his 4th year, and then he still has a 5th year. But you can think that's how the league works. You cannot extend him before his 4th year unless you didn't pick up the option. So they pick up the option, so they cannot redo it this year. They had to redo it next year. With Judon, obviously they can do it anytime because he's gonna be a free agent. Eric Johnson, what up, man? Thanks for joining the live stream. Ravens are not done making moves. Oh no, yeah, they're not done. To be honest, if you if you saw the little video they had, who was playing there with the first team, some middle linebacker? Did you guys notice that? Board, middle linebacker. Unless he's gonna improve way much this year, I'm not expecting Board to be there as your well, not even starting, but as part of the rotation. So I'm expecting if a good middle linebacker gets cut, they're bringing him in. So let me see here. That was Eric. Stanley, I think, is more important. Oh yeah, that dope boy, no doubt. Stanley is critical. I'm not saying Judon is not, but look how bad O-line play is throughout the league. It's bad. I mean, we hate our O-line for time and time, but our O-line was top 10, and I feel like our O-line was above average, right? But not necessarily like trash. And O-line play throughout the league is horrendous. Stanley touches the free agency market, he's gonna make at least 20, at least. Okay, so let me see here. Stanley is definitely more important. Marcus says, I love having Shane Ray, low risk, high reward. I agree with you. Sign them all. Imagine a constant, fresh pass rush from the Ravens against any foe. I agree with it. That's what I'm saying. If you think about it, if you can have 4 healthy, above average pass rushers, it's good. Now, the problem is they need to be able to play like an outside linebacker. Every time you line up is not to come in to rush the quarterback. You want to be predictable. You want to go outside, rush. That's what you want. You want to mix it up. The only one that I know can do that on a consistent basis right now is Bowser. The other guy that has done it, and he's not bad, is Judon. Judon drops the coverage. So I need the other two to do it. Okay, so Marcus says Floyd can be a red zone target. That's the only reason that I think they have. As Modi says, I'm not disagreeing with you, SCG. I'm just saying Sucks disappear at the end of the season, though. The season he was still playing then was to set up the tone leadership. Okay, no, yeah, I got you. So, yeah, Sucks season. The season takes a toll on Sucks. There's no question. At this point, he starts really, really good and then fades out. Still, I wanted Sucks. More sentimental that for production reasons. I think Shea Ray can take the production. I think McPhee can take the production too. It's not that I don't think McPhee can't, but McPhee the past 2 years has been pretty pedestrian. Shea Ray also has been pedestrian injury-wise, wrist injury. Hopefully that wrist is good. First 2 years he had 12 sacks. Last 2 years he was pedestrian. So here says, I wonder how much of an impact Sox will have in Arizona. He will at the beginning. So, and then I think he will fade out. So Marcus Orr, what up, man? Dr. S. Sorry, it's been a minute, man. Starting out the summer semester, and man, good luck with the summer semesters. Never have fun with those summer semesters. Taking differential equations 1 year, economics, and other stuff. It was never fun. Okay, so Marcus says, love EDC moves right now. No more worries about compensation pick loss. As Modi says, Sucks will be like he was for us. He's going to get the people opposite. But the only thing is, as Modi says, this is his team. This is his city. He's going to a team that even though he wants to put his leadership, he might get somebody, cross the wrong way. Somebody might be like, whoa, dude, this is my team now. You're just a guest. That might have been your team. Here is my team now. So, I don't know the guys in Arizona. I don't know how Patrick Peterson works. I don't know Chandler Jones works. So, it all depends. Yes, I like his leadership, but he is going to a new team. So Marcus says, dig the background graphics. I like the Shane Ray McPhee pickup. It is very vintage Raven, and they will be great rotational. Not disagreeing with you. Eric Johnson said, Eric DaCosta is sending a message to the AFC North Division. The Ravens this coming season will have a lot of speed on offense and defensive on the ball. So that good point, Eric. Let me bring this out. Who's the team that has a lot of hype currently for the AFC North? It's the Browns. The Browns' weakest position is the O-line, right? Receiver-wise, we have a secondary that match really, really good to the receivers. Our safety, I feel like it's perfect against the Browns. Pass rushers need to get to Mayfield. When Mayfield starts getting hit, he rushes the throw. When he rushes the throw, he takes more risk. When he takes more risk, it opens the door for picks. Who we have this year? Thomas, you know it. So I think I think it's funny because every year we have been making moves to counteract the Steelers. I feel like a lot of our moves this year is to match up with the Brownies or the Clowns. Not that we're not worried about the Steelers, but I think this team already matches well with the Steelers. So, good point, Eric. So Marcus says that dope boy. I think Arizona has a top 15 defense this year with Suggs. Smody says, yeah, your background is trippy. It's like, so short story for the background. I wanted a background similar to what NFL Network and ESPN has. When they interview people, where the Ravens are getting interviewed, the logo of the NFL is on the back, and some of the, the wording, Ravens logo, whatever. I need to up my FPS. I just noticed I'm only doing 30 frames per second, so I'll do that next time. Guys, love feedback. Last week when I did the live stream, I thought I'm using my new computer, the one that I built. and I thought I had all my graphics and I did it, so I had to put something real quick, and people were like, oh, I didn't like the big SCG, all the logos, and I agree with you. After watching it, I was like, yeah, this didn't work. So feedback is always encouraged. I love it when you guys bring feedback. So let me see here. So the Browns. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Samuel, man, I haven't seen you in a while. Shout out to you. Thanks for coming to the live stream. Eric Jones, the Ravens are not scared of the Brownies. Yeah, I'm not scared of the Brownies either. There was a video that I put a while ago, just all this hype, and I was like, you know what? Bring it. Who's the AFC North champ? Just tell me, who is it? Because last time that I checked, the Browns weren't even 500. Yeah, they brought a bunch of players, but they weren't even 500. No, they weren't. Their safety got weaker, right? They lost Peppers. Secondary, I don't know. We'll see what Greedy does. But secondary's average at best. So if our offense can move the ball, I think their defense could contain. I'm not saying shut them down, but can contain them. So if our offense can score 21, 24, I think our offense can hold them to 17 more or less to the Brownies. Okay, so the Ravens are okay. That's what Donovan. What's up, bro? Thanks for coming. Isn't Floyd and Seth the same type of receiver? Not really. Seth's. I feel like maybe before it used to be. Floyd at this point is a possession receiver that you pray doesn't get injured every time he steps on the field. But in the red zone, he's dangerous. Seth is not really dangerous on the red zone. Not that I've seen. He's more. Seth is literally a copy of Chris Moore. He has a good speed, limited route running, but has some ability to route run, and you can use it. I wonder if you can put them on the punt return, because I really don't want Cyrus Jones next year. I just don't. Let me see here. Rapper ain't going nowhere. Boone Gentry, what up, man? Shout out to you for coming. Marcus says the back end of their secondary isn't great either for the Browns, and they've lost the hybrid run support, the real peppers. That's what I was saying. There are a lot of problems in the Browns. Yeah, the thing is, because everybody concentrates for the Browns on the flashy names. But look at Odell. He doesn't even want to be in Cleveland. Went one day to OTAs. He's been 3 or 4 days total since he was traded to the Brownies. E.T. Thomas, he's been here for every voluntary workout, OTAs, right? Ingram, that's what you want, especially when you have a new guy. So, let me see here. We got so many receivers, it's crazy. Yeah, they're gonna get filtered out, that dope boy, and then some of them will be in the practice squad. Marcus said Greedy can tackle. That's really important on defense. Yeah, well, I agree. If he has an elite level of coverage, then you can sustain not tackling as much. If he gets, he bites bad about any double move or whatever, then you start having problems, right? He doesn't take the best angle. His best ability is in tight coverage, staying with the receivers. If the receiver gets some separation on him, that's when he starts struggling. I'm so tired of people talking about the team that won jacked us. Yeah, I agree with you, Marcus. Asmodeus says, why does the Brownies correlate with what I just said? They delusional like the... Yeah, you know what? I don't want to make this a segment of the Browns. And one of the things that I've been working, guys, is to get a podcasters for the Brownies for special edition of Behind Enemy Lines off season. I'm gonna get a Steelers podcaster, a Browns podcaster, and a Bengals podcaster, and we're gonna debate this thing. And I can't wait for the Brownies one. I can't wait for the Steelers one, to be honest, either. And it will be live, so I'm gonna be testing Behind Enemy Lines live to see if I want to carry that over the season. Because last year, all my Behind Enemy Lines I think they were all recorded. So, we'll see. The media hype up anything. I agree with you, and I think Marcus is agreeing with you. So, Marcus is saying, and it's not like consistency issues, it can't be fixed like Lamar. He literally said he doesn't like to tackle. Cool, throw it underneath him all day. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, so he thinks he's prime time. Prime time didn't like tackle, but there's nobody catching the ball in prime time. Since the Browns win something, then I will give them props. Yeah, when they win something, I agree with you. They'll want it to be in a big city. So he's like, I don't want to diss the city of Cleveland, right? But have you guys? I don't know how many of you guys are basketball fans. Remember when the Bulls was playing the Cavaliers and Joakim Noah had that famous quote saying, "Who wants to go to Cleveland?" Cleveland. Have you heard anybody saying, "I'm gonna take my family to Cleveland"? I think that's where Odell is right now. From New York City, the Big Apple, to Cleveland. So, let me see here. OBJ is down low and really wants to be in a market that supports his lifestyle. I agree with Marcus. Punjentry. You know Ravens used to be the Browns? Yeah, so Poon, I'm assuming you're a Brownies fan, right? I'm assuming. Yeah, of course. And then Armadale said, I can't win in Cleveland. What can I do? Let me go to Baltimore. 2 years later, he got a ring. So, let me see here. Sonny, don't read what I posted. Well, I probably already read it. Bro, I saw an article for a Bengals article, Mike Baby, and they are mad disrespecting Baltimore. Oh, I'm sure they are. Shout out to you. Welcome to the live stream. Oh, I'm sure everybody's disrespecting Baltimore. You know what? That's fine. I'm loving their defense. This is the thing with the Ravens right now. Defense, super solid and proven. Offense, big potential, unproven. So we'll see. Ravens were never the Browns. Well, I think what he means, for Marcus, is the team that moved here used to be the Browns and became the Ravens. Once they turned that brown for that purple and black, took that bad juju out, they start winning. So Aldrich says, the schedule maker said that every network wanted the Browns. There has to be something to do. Oh, because they have a lot of names. They have a lot of flash, and it's fine. Hey, it's all good. It's just they have to put it on the field. They have to win. I mean, they have to prove it. I think they're gonna be good. I'm not here trying to say this team is gonna be trash. If that's what you guys are understanding, no. I think the Ravens are better. Until they prove me wrong, I think the Ravens are better. I think we match up well. That's the thing. I think the Ravens. Let me say this. The Ravens wanted Matthews. Matthews decided to go to KC, to the Chiefs. And then the Odell thing went down. And as soon as that went down, they were like, we need to have a safety. We had the corners, but we also need one more safety. There can be a patrol over the middle of the field. And it was to offset that move. And that's why they brought Thomas. So, let me see here. There's Marcus says, who are you rooting for, Steelers versus the Browns? That's a hard one, Marcus. I still hate the Steelers more, so I'm probably gonna be rooting for the Browns. But that's probably gonna be. Well, the thing is, they play late in the season, right? So I'll root for whoever is convenient for me to win. Same thing for Browns-Pats. Browns-Pats, even though I dislike the Patriots, probably it's more convenient for the Patriots to beat the Browns. So Punjentry, so you are a Browns fan. Hey, welcome to the channel, man. And your opinion is valid. You can disagree with me all you want. That's fine. I never had a problem with having different points of view. Hence, that's why I'm bringing somebody that has a Browns podcast here, so we can debate it. So, Ravens have the same owner, but if the Browns were the Ravens, then why will Bill Belichick, not the Ravens, for? Oh, Marcus. When they moved here, they decided to fire Bill Belichick, start with a clean slate. But literally, they moved the team here. That's what they did. Jose Garcia, I never heard anyone say, I want to go on vacation to Cleveland. Yeah, man, that's what Joakim Noah said. I'm just quoting him. I've been to Ohio. Ohio's not bad, you know. I like Baltimore better, but it's not bad. Cleveland gotta be the worst city in America. Well, I don't want to disrespect cities. I was just quoting Joking Noah. I don't want to disrespect the city. My bad. I meant comment section. Yeah, that's so cool. So good. The truth is the Colts are the Ravens. So the Colts moved to Indianapolis. They didn't even change the colors or anything, right? They took the records. When the Browns decided to move to Baltimore, they literally went a clean slate. They kept the colors, they kept the record, they kept everything. That's why Flacco broke so many Ravens passing records, because we don't have the Johnny Unitas records here. So they're in Indianapolis. Any record from the Browns era, they weren't here. So it was all clean slated. So that's what it is, Marcus. I think our defense got better. I agree with you, Marcus. Or, so we have two Marcus here. Tom Brady wouldn't even physically. Okay. Somebody says Raven equal black horse. I wouldn't have any other way. Marcus says the Browns players and coaches were allowed to leave. The Ravens showed. Okay. So I see your point. What you're saying is what I just said. The Browns stay in Cleveland. They just weren't clean slated here, right? Yeah, we don't have anything that is from the Browns history when we moved to the Ravens, versus the Colts took everything history-wise to Indianapolis. So Marcus Orr says Ravens are the Ravens, Browns are the Browns, Colts are the Colts. All the history, man. I'm just grateful Baltimore had a good competitive team. I agree with you, Marcus. That's my point. We're not the Browns. It was a clean slate. Like in the haircut, I appreciate it, man. I actually need to get it, get a trim. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm hoping to take 3 phone calls, and you have to bear with me. This is my first time doing this. So what I want is just whoever calls, give me your things. How you looking at the roster? How's all that looking? Once I have a phone call, I don't know if somebody else calls. This is all new to me. Okay, this is testing. This is beta. So phone call. The phone number's there on the link below. Like I said, when I get the first phone call, if we get one, you don't have to call. But if one of you guys wants to call, then bear with me as I'm, testing all this stuff. So let me see here. Marcus says, right, Sonny, so Cleveland kept the Browns and all the stats. So like you said, the Ravens started at new. Yeah, no, for sure. And I think if a team's going to move at any time, they should always do that. Keep the records. Keep everything. Okay, so we have a call here. Hey, who's here calling? Hello? Hello? Damn. Hello? Okay, whoever call again. Like I said, this is we are testing. Let me see here. Let me see settings for a moment. Cause I was like hearing it from the background. I don't know if he heard me. Whoever called, if it's here, let me know if you were hearing me or not. Let me device. Okay. So yeah, it should be, yeah. Mic is on for the calls. Okay, sorry guys. Whoever called, you can call again. It's open, no cussing, please. I don't want YouTube to just bring down my channel because of cussing. So, so here's Modi says Marcus 1 and 2 both win. Marcus, right, Sonny Cleveland. Okay. Pond Gentry, you should be happy you didn't take our history drive. Okay, so I have 2 calls here. So let me do this. I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna call you, whoever you were. I'm not gonna put the phone number. Cause again, I don't understand why I'm not getting the ring. So calling the last person that called.
You have reached the voicemail.
Okay, so that one didn't pick. Gerald, what up, man? So Marcus, you see the number there? On the bottom of the screen, it says SCU Sports. You can call that number. Ashton, Jarrell, what up, guys? Thanks for joining. If you guys call and I don't pick up, don't be surprised if I call you back, because for some reason I'm not seeing it. It's not ringing in my headphones. So, but yeah, I see 2 of you tried to call. Again, this is a beta version. That's cool, Marcus. That's cool. I got you. But this is something I'm gonna start bringing to the live stream as I perfect this. Oh, let me see here. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, who's this?
This is Asmodeus.
Oh, what's up, bro? Asmodeus. Okay, so Asmodeus is the first call now. But before you keep talking, I just want to make sure that you guys can hear it on the stream. If not, I have to. Let me see here.
So I can hear you in the phone. I can't hear you in the video anymore, though.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Okay, so it looks like. So Marcus, Mike, you're saying you can hear me and you can hear Asmodeus? Just give me a thumbs up. So loud and clear. Okay, cool. They can hear you, man. So first call. This is Asmodeus. So Asmodeus, give us some knowledge what you really think about this team going on.
This is going to be really interesting. I see a lot of comments in this year about us going 11 or 12 wins. I don't see that happening.
Okay.
I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing if it doesn't happen, because this team is really, really young. You're talking about, I really foresee it very similarly to how Joe Flacco originally went to the team. It was like we had a couple wins, then a couple more wins, then a couple more wins, and then Super Bowl. I see that happening with Lamar.
Okay.
And I feel like it's not going to taper down after that first one, though. That's what I feel about Lamar. Because that dude, he's been showing ever since the season ended that he's going to work a lot harder.
Yes, one of the things that I love the most about Lamar, and I said this before, is the dude's ability to not be a 9-to-5er, right? And the reality is, if we are all honest with each other, most of us are 9-to-5ers, right? As soon as our job is done, we don't. But in football, you have to grind, especially as a rookie. As you're more veteran, then you can take more leeway. But Flacco was never a workaholic. Lamar looks like he was a workaholic. Lamar, they told him like, this is where you need to improve to be a better quarterback. He wants to be a quarterback, and he's pushing for it. So now. And this is way too early, so I'm not holding you to this. And again, shout out to you, first caller. Thanks for calling. But who do you see, or where do you see us finishing in the division? First? Okay, cool. And do you think Super Bowl this year, or like a second or first round, or how deep do you see us going in the playoffs? That's a better question.
I see us going past the game that we had this year.
Okay.
So divisionals,
Okay, so what you're saying
possibly
is
like the third round in the playoffs. I forgot what that round's called.
Okay, so this year we lost in the wild card round. The next round will be the divisional, which is like the semifinals, and then it's the AFC champs, the AFC championship. So you're saying past the first round to the second round, which is divisional championship, but that's where we end. So second round.
I see either divisional or the AFC championship.
Okay.
Right around there.
Okay, and I think that would be awesome, guys. I think if we go second or AFC championship, that is great. That's why this team built this really good defense. Look, if you think about it, guys, we have the defense to hold teams to a low scoring and also create turnovers. If this team can run the ball effectively like last year, now our defense is good plus fresh, this team is gonna ball out. You see? So, anything else before I let you go, Asmodeus?
No. Glad to be the first caller.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. I enjoy it. And this is awesome that it worked. So, thanks. I'll let you go to see if somebody else wants to call. Appreciate it, man.
Sounds good.
Thanks. Okay, first caller. If anybody else wants to call, go ahead and call now. Let me see here. Oh, we have another call here. Who is this? Hello?
This is Marcus.
Marcus. Which
Hey,
one?
can you hear me, bro?
I can hear you. Which one of the Marcus?
This is not Marcus Orr.
Okay.
This is the Marcus that loves the Weddle haircut.
Yeah, this is the Marcus that I banned for a little bit of time.
Yeah, brother, this is me.
Oh, guys, put a thumbs up if you can hear Marcus. Because I wouldn't know. I can hear him. He can hear me. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me.
Yeah, I hope y'all can hear me, man. Everybody who's listening, I love you all, man. Even the Browns fan.
Hey, like I said, so as Modi said, thumbs up. So there's no hating here. I know that we have Point Gentry here. There's no hate for anybody. And I would love debating. That's why I do the Behind Enemy Lines segment. And that's why I'm going to keep expanding the Behind Enemy Lines because it's awesome. I know the perspective of the other teams from on outside. That's why I want them to bring their points, why they think they're better than us. But if I don't want to steal your thunder, bro. I want you. Tell me, what do you think about this team? Where do you see us going, record-wise, and all that?
Well, first of all, about the defense, especially now that I don't mean to say it like this, but with Weddle gone, and now we've replaced him. I think that we become faster. I think that EDC has definitely done a better job of making us faster, even on offense. And I think even though we're faster on offense, if we slow the game down, kind of like how the Cowboys play, where they get the ball and they control the clock for like 6 to 8 minutes. With the defense that we have, we're a better team than last year.
I agree. If you think about it, on offense, right? So you expect a lot of runs, right? That's all what we're expecting. But the runs can be so creative, right? You can now read option, right? I'm expecting a little bit under center, not much, mostly read option. Lamar's gonna read the end. If he decides to keep it, look, what do you do if you're a defense? Lamar's in a shotgun. Ingram's next to him. Now he's faking it to Ingram, right? Some of them are gonna react to Ingram, and a couple of them might react to Lamar. But what happens if at the same time you have a guy running a comeback or not a comeback, a reverse, right? So now defense are gonna react to that. So fake it to Ingram, he pulls it. Now people are gonna look at Lamar, fake it to the reverse. That's gonna draw a couple of defense, and now Lamar keeps it. And what is gonna be the rest of the defense doing? Well, some of them are with Ingram, some of them are going with the reverse. If Lamar decides to throw, whoever's gonna be on the field is gonna be on a pure one-on-one, nothing close by him. Stiff arm, touchdown. This defense has so many elements. Go ahead.
And on offense, I hope that with the wide receiver coach that we have from Kansas City, they would actually use Hollywood the same way that Kansas City used Tyreek Hill.
For sure.
I think that will bring another element to get him the ball early, let Hollywood work the defense, move the ball, and then be able to go over the top once the defense just thinks that we're going to keep running or just keep doing dink and dunks. I don't mind dink and dunks for Lamar. You build his confidence with short screen passes or short 5-yard throws, and let guys like Mark Andrews, Hollywood, stretch the field, and even Boykins, when we get into the red zone, let some of our bigger wide receivers, work the red zone. And I really think that the offense is going to be unstoppable, and the defense is phenomenal. I love the additions that we made on defense.
I agree with you. Like I said the other day, weapons. We have so many weapons. I don't remember last time I can name weapons. We have people, playmakers. Literally playmakers. Look, Hollywood doesn't... It's something that people are like, oh, Hollywood for the top end, like a deep go route. You know what? What happens if there's man zone? You fake run to the left. Hollywood's coming on a dragger right? You fake the run, you pull it back, 5-yard dragger to Hollywood. Tell me
Exactly.
what corner's going to keep up with him. That's easy, at least a 15-yarder. A 5-yard pass compares to a 15-yard if the safety can tackle him. If the safety miss, might have been a touchdown. With Hollywood, you don't have to throw it deep to him for him to be effective. He has good vision.
Exactly. And Mark Andrews is not your typical tight end. He is really, just a bigger wide receiver. Just kind of like what's the guy that we had that started off, that came out of Georgia Tech. He was a wide receiver, but he converted to tight end, but he didn't quite make it. Andrews is kind of that guy, but he's better.
Yeah, the guy that got suspended. I'm blanking his name. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, not only that, if you guys think, I know people like to hate Hurst, the tight end. Hurst, so Andrews is a little bit slower, but a little bit, thicker. He will body you up, but he doesn't have that second gear. Hurst has a second gear. Hurst needs to build confidence. Obviously, he wasn't healthy last year, but I'm super excited for Hurst. I'm excited for everything, guys. I literally, this team, like I said, we have defense is proven and got better. Offense,
absolutely,
we're good and we have the potential to be great. So that's the difference. Anyway, so what is your prediction of record-wise before I let you go?
Record-wise, I am actually 10 wins this season, because we don't know who really the Steelers are going to be without. Now they only have one of the 3 Bs that are left. I don't really know what that team is going to be. I know Cincinnati will play tough, but Cincinnati just doesn't have the personnel. The Browns are new, but they have no experience. They got no playoff experience. You name me some guys off that team that have made the playoffs before, and I would be shocked, especially with Collins now back in with the Pats. So I really believe that we're going to win 10 games if we can control the ball on offense and really drag it out and really keep the other teams defense on the field and wear them down with a consistent run, RPO, whatever we decide to do with Lamar. I really think that we can win 10 games plus.
I agree with you. Not only that, Darren Waller's the guys are saying, yes, that's the guy that he was talking about.
Yeah, Waller. Yeah.
And some of you guys are saying that you think Hurst might be a bust. I don't know. I think that's rough. First year he was injured. Now, we were lucky that we found a gem on Mark Andrews. But, Hurst is on his first year. I agree with you, Marcus. I think this team has a lot of layers. If we can control the ball, this team is going to be special. And last, before I let you go, Pittsburgh Steelers. We played the Steelers in the past couple of years bracketing AB. So we were having 2 guys on AB. And now we have a guy as being Thomas that can literally just roam free. And Big Ben can move like he used to move. So I'm excited for that. So I'll let you go, bro. Thanks
Absolutely.
for calling. I'm going to keep doing this on my live stream. So hopefully you can join in the future.
Oh, absolutely. I'm there, Sonny. I love the show. And believe me, I'm calling this now. We could potentially have 2 of the best tight ends since you had Hernandez and Gronk that started with now we have a healthy Hurst coming into this season. So y'all don't be bad on Hurst. Give him a chance. Watch what our 2 tight ends do.
I agree.
Love the show, bro.
Thanks for joining me. Okay, let me take some comments here, and I'll take one more call if somebody wants to call. Anders is the man. Darren Waller. Yeah, thanks for the ones, because I blank. I was thinking of Streeter. Streeter was a wide receiver from Georgia Tech, but he never converted. He just never could catch. I really think Hayden Hurst will be a better this year. Okay, have another call here. Who is this?
This is Lucky. What's going on, Sonny?
Hey, what's up, man? Hold on for a second while I finish reading these comments, and then I'll get you here. That true, no playoff experience, but media loves them to win the AFC. No Super Bowl. Shake my head. I agree with you. Thumbs up, Venture, bro. Shout out to you. Thanks for coming. I know you're not hiding on us. I'm not sure if you are a Ravens fan or not, Appreciate you being a subscriber. 7-9. I'm not saying that 7-9 is impossible. If you tell me 7-9 is our floor, that's a pretty high floor, but injuries can happen, right? And obviously the offense needs to click a little bit. But I think we're gonna be, in my opinion, minimum 9-7. And Gerald says, I believe our secondary will get more picks and fumbles. Okay. State your name again so people can hear you.
It's Lucky Luciano. Going on, guys.
So we have the one and only here. Thanks for calling.
One and only.
Thanks for calling. I appreciate this was a beta. I twinkle with this whole calling over the weekend as I was doing graphs, and I made a new intro for Behind Enemy Lines that I thought it was I liked it. So I'm excited to debut that soon. But here, tell everybody what do you think about the roster, and what is the record you're expecting us to get?
Man, I love this roster. I've been a Ravens fan since about 2007.
Okay.
And this is easily the most excited I have ever been for this Ravens team. I mean, I know it's like we're going in a different direction, but it's a good direction. I feel like we're one of the last teams to really evolve offensively, where we've gotten comfortable, with the whole pocket passing quarterback, the big plotting running backs, and the big possession receivers. And with Eric DeCosta coming in, he's kind of updating with the times. You need speed. You need guys that are versatile. You need guys that can do multiple things. Multiple threats everywhere. And if you look at our entire offense, people are a threat on every single level. A guy like Hollywood Brown, people think he's just a deep threat. He's not. Where he's going to kill defenses the most is going across the middle on meshes and cross routes and shallow crosses, things like that. He's very tough to cover, especially if you can get legal picks going on. It's going to be hard to stop that. With our running backs, we have Mark Ingram who can catch it. He can run it up the middle. He can bounce it outside, so he's versatile there. Our tight ends, they're great blockers as well as they're receiving threats as well. Even Hayden Hurst, he has a burst to him. He has some electricity to him that even Mark Andrews doesn't have. And the thing with those two tight ends is we're going to be able to run them both at the same time, and people are not going to know whether or not we're running or throwing the ball. So we're going to see a lot of two tight end sets where we're running it down people's mouths, and then we're also going to be able to throw it to those two as well. So I'm excited. It's going to be a tough offense to stop. As long as Lamar Jackson, it's pretty much all on Lamar Jackson. As long as he can progress to even being able to hit open receivers, it's going to be a hard offense to stop. If he's anything better than that, then I got us going to the Super Bowl. If he's a good passer, we're going to the Super Bowl because there's no stopping that offense.
I agree with everything you're saying. So it's funny because I keep saying to a lot of people, like, if we progress 25%, if Lamar progressed 25% of how he was last year, meaning can he hit the open receiver and can he hit on intermediate throws people in stride, because he likes to throw behind. So if he does those two things, if you throw behind to Hollywood, you're making him slower. If you throw ahead, now he can grab and stride and keep going. That's what we need, right? That's what I want Lamar. If Lamar does that, we're going far in the playoffs because our running game's spectacular. If he is better than 25%, dude, we're one of the best teams, in my opinion, in the league, because we had the defense, pending injuries, obviously. We had the defense, and now our offense is special. The only thing that worries me, and I would like to have your take, is Greg Roman. It's not that I'm not a fan of Greg Roman. I think Greg Roman is a solid OC, but Greg Roman has never been somebody that have developed the passing attack. And I think our passing attack is going to serve as our home run hitting plays. And I'm not saying for a touchdown every time, but as it's going to help the offense on the running side, because as you see that defense collapsing, now you take a couple shots, and they're like, oh, those are big chunks. We need to step back. Now you run, and then you're like, damn, what do I do? If I bring everybody in the box, they're hitting me on the pass. If I'm pushing back, they're hitting me on the run. And that's where we're special, right? So what do you think about Greg Roman? And do you get worried about Greg Roman?
No, I'm not too worried about it. I mean, I've seen what Greg Roman has done for Colin Kaepernick. Cap's had some of his best years under Greg Roman. Tyrod Taylor as well. He's had some of his best years under Greg Roman, and I don't think any of those quarterbacks have the upside that Lamar Jackson has.
Well, for sure.
So of course, I mean, his identity. We're going to be a run-first team, and that's what Greg Roman's identity is. There's no hiding that. But with the new receiver coach that we brought from Kansas City, and the other minds that we have, hopefully it could be a collective effort on the offense to make it a little bit more unpredictable. And that's why it's good that we have all these playmakers who are multifaceted playmakers like Hollywood Brown and Justice Hill coming out the backfield, Mark Ingram. You're never going to know what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So even if our play calling doesn't have, we don't have to be the Kansas City Chiefs. We don't have to be Andy Reid with our play calling, but we just have to be able to punish people when they do stack the box, because you're going to have no choice but to stack the box, or we're just going to run it down your throat. There's no stopping the run game. We saw that last year. So you're going to have to commit to the run, and then it's just going to be on Lamar to find the open guy, because there's going to be someone open. There's going to be a one-on-one matchup. It's going to be up to Lamar to find that matchup, exploit it, and hopefully one of our young guys can make a play. And the sky's the limit for this offense. It's going to be fun to watch. So it's going to be
I know. I'm excited.
I've been very bored watching the Ravens offense with Flacco. I'm not going to lie. I love Flacco. I'm grateful for what he did, but I'm not going to lie and say that the Ravens haven't been a boring team to watch. So it's going to be fun at the least, We'll win some games for sure.
For sure. I agree with you. I'm a big Flacco fan. But I agree with you on the excitement of the offense with Flacco and the lack of emotion, and then we know, and this is not because of Flacco, this is more on Ozzie and the GM, the Costa at that point. Flacco were basically revamping wide receiving corps every year. So that's not on him. But what it is on him was, if he wanted to be good with that wide receiver, he should have been like, okay, you guys are new. Let's start working chemistry in the offseason. Essentially, in the offseason, he was like, no, don't bother me. I was short to OTA. That was his excuse. Anything voluntarily, I'm here. Okay, yeah, but can you do a little more? Like Lamar, he invites people to Florida, because that's where he has his coach right now, the one working on his mechanics. Lastly, wanted to work on his chemistry with Lamar. Coming here, we'll work on it. Jalen Smith, obviously that's his boy, and whoever. Lamar's been like, we can do this thing. So I agree with what your sentiment is. You didn't say the record, right? So what is the record you're thinking for the team?
The record I'm thinking, just looking at the schedule, I think we can win. I think we'll win 10. If we don't take a next step for just kind of like the same team that we were last year, I think we can win 10 games. But as long as the defense does what they're supposed to do, as long as we can move the ball and hold the ball like we did last year and have some explosive plays in there, I think we could get to 12, honestly. I definitely have us winning the division again, for sure. I'm not sold on Cleveland. I mean, in the NBA, yeah, you could put all, stars on a team and they'll just go and beat everyone. But in the NFL, it's just a completely different dynamic, We've seen, like, the Vince Young dream teams. We've seen when you stack the teams on paper, it doesn't always translate on the field. I'm not saying they're going to be bad, but they gotta go out there and prove it. So we're not just gonna. It's the AFC North, There's
exactly.
No just taking this division, So
exactly.
We'll see. I expect the Steelers to still be pretty good, but I really like our chances to win the division. Man, our defense is disgusting.
I know.
I love the addition of Earl Thomas, man. That's gonna be crazy.
I know. I'm a defensive guy. For those of you don't know, like the Super Bowl, people found it boring, and I was like, this is good defense. But to your point of dream teams, last time they assembled a dream team was the Philadelphia Eagles when Michael Vick was there, and I forgot right now who they brought. But remember, this is a dream team. They were nothing. And last year, I would say the Rams were fairly like a dream team, and they shouldn't be in the Super Bowl, right? They were a botch call from losing that game. Yes. So this is for the record. This is my way too early. I'm gonna redo this records. But when me, Nubo, and then Raven did the podcast, I had the Ravens 13-3, the Browns 10-6 for the Browns fan that is on the chat, and the Steelers 9-7. So that's really good division, right? That's like a very tough division. I do think that record for the Ravens a little high. I probably will have them, but I do think they have the potential to be between 11 and 13. They do have the potential. It will go where Lamar goes, but I do think they have the potential. Last point that I have for something that you said about Kaepernick. When you said that, the first thing I thought was like, you know what? You have a point. Kaepernick was better when Roman was there. It was only when Roman left that he digressed to a point that I was like, I was like, what is this dude doing? But when Roman was there, the dude was actually pretty good. I mean, when he played against us, he knew when he used his legs. He had a zip to the ball. So it was really good. So I appreciate you calling, bro. Thanks for calling.
Appreciate it.
Like I said, I'm gonna keep having these segments on my live stream. So thanks for joining.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, guys. Let me see. I'm going to don't take any more calls for today. But we'll do more calls in the near future. Let me read a couple last comments, and I had to finish with that, but. Let me see here. Mike BB says, remember Don Marling also coached the worst ranked defense all those years. I know I'm missing a couple comments, so let me just read here real quick. Aldrich said they coached the number one defense on his second go around. Marcus says, honestly, modern day football is the playoffs outside a breeze. Yeah, I agree with that. That dope boy thinks he's 11-5 is the ceiling. So what is the floor? That dope boy. I'm just curious. Marcus says Eli and Joe in the playoffs were totally different quarterbacks. Yeah, Marcus. I feel like they got feel once they were in the playoffs, but before that they were like, we're here. You know, it's a long season, which is the attitude that a baseball player usually has because they play 164 games, but now it's 16, right? The AFC North is tough, and we will play the NFC West this year. So yes, that dope boy. I know we're playing the AFC West. The Cardinals, I think, at some point I'll do another video breaking down the one breaking each game of the roster. I did it in Joe Newell's channel, so you can check that video out. Let me see here. Well, yeah, Mike, baby, I agree with that. The floor 0-16, the ceiling 16-0. I think you should bet that number. I wonder who takes that bet. Asmodeus says, so I'm really curious about the title. Who will replace who? What title are you talking about, Asmodeus? Baker loves being underdog. Yes, I agree with you, Poon Gentry. But he's not an underdog anymore, right? He is... Where's the Browns? 3rd or 4th right now? The best odds to winning the Super Bowl. So let me see here. Captain obvious stats. Marcus, yeah. Ravens will go 9-7. I in my opinion, that's the floor that I'm having for them, 9-7. As Modia says, really look forward to seeing Jackson and Mayfield. Yeah, me too. It was Roman and really good running game. Jackson has never faced a Steeler before. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward for him. Last year, Jackson would have torched him in the running game. I would say I'm scared of how Bush can contain Jackson. I like Bush a lot coming out of the draft. I think Ravens will go 9-7. Okay, let's get it. Jira says, I like this new segment you're doing. Hopefully you guys like it, because I feel like, I want to bring you guys also to the experience on the podcast, especially the lives. So once I used to do what I love and hate it, and I'm still going to do that, but I'm going to do them live when the season starts. So when the season starts, it's going to be a couple hours after the game because I need to take care of my daughters and all that. But after that, it's going to be a segment so you guys can call, we can band, we can celebrate together. So yes, like I said, I'm experimenting with this, calling. I'm going to see how can I make people hold, like if a couple of you are calling, so I don't have like, oh, now you can call, right? So, but hey, I don't have a professional studio here. If you guys who have a camera from this angle here, you will see how many kids toy, because this is my daughter's playroom. Anyway, but I appreciate it, Gerald. I think Lamar breaks out year 3 will go 14-2, and that's fair. There's a lot of growing for Lamar still. 2020 Ravens will be the 2015 Panther. Okay, I see it. Asmodi says the title is who makes the team, who replaces who. Oh, yeah. That's right. So I started with that. Who makes the team? And you're right. That's a good way to close this video. I think if Shane Ray is healthy, Shane Ray makes the team. Perel McPhee, as of right now, reluctantly, I think he makes the team because I think, and I don't want this, but I think it will happen, Willie Henry will get injured. Or they will think, well, Henry usually gets injured. I want a pass rusher from the inside. Wormley hasn't shown it. Seiler, I don't think he'll be ready. So Perel McPhee will be a de facto DN, not an outside linebacker. And I don't think Floyd makes the team. I think that there's a lot of, unless parting injury, I think Floyd, yeah. So if I think Shea Ray will make the team, and then our outside rushers will be 5: Timmy Williams, Bowser, Judon, Ray, and Ferguson. I think Zeiler or Henry, one of those two, are not making the team this year. That will be my guess. And like I said, Floyd, I don't think it makes it. Thank you for keeping me honest, Asmodeus. Marcus says, what I was saying was it was Roman and the running game of Frank Gore that made. T.J. Borney, thanks for subscribing, bro. You see, I have little graphs all over the place. Kaepernick looked the way he did in the Super Bowl winning year. Yes, Marcus, I'm not disagreeing with you. So what Roman did, he leveraged the running game to help Kaepernick look better. That's what I'm hoping with Lamar. You have Ingram, Justice Hill, Edwards. Use that running game to excel Lamar's ability, because then you have to keep a lot of people on the running game to keep them honest. That's how the passing lanes open up. That's a good comment. Asmodeus says, baby without choking. Baby says, which defensive tackle will make the team? So for D tackle, I have obviously the big two, B. Will and Pierce. I have either Mack or Willis. Whoever's healthier will make it. I think Mack is a little better, but if Mack is Nick, he will make it. If Willis is Nick, he won't make it. But you want one of those big boys as your backup, right? Potentially, can you have two? Well, I think before they have two, one of them is going to get IR. That's my prediction. One of them is going to get IR. And you want to keep one of them. And then you have, like I said, Perel McPhee as that DN. Wormley probably the starter. McPhee as your backup. Also, you can have Wormley or Seiler or Henry, whoever of them stays, as the backup of Brandon Williams. That's probably what I'll be leaning into. As I said, it's been fun, but I'm out for the evening. Yeah, man, I'm about to heading out. Thanks for joining the live stream. This was fun and way longer than I expected, but it was cool. Baby says, Judon pissing me off with the Twitter. He's funny on Twitter, but I wonder how much Marvin is pissed off at him. By the way, I need to order my jerseys. I need to order my jerseys. Name the 6 wide receivers. 6 wide receivers. Oh, I see a bunch of people naming them already. How do you feel about the D stopping the run? Okay, TJ, I'm gonna get as soon as I answer the 6 receivers. So, Hollywood, Lloyd, Boykins. Sorry, not Lloyd. Hollywood, Boykins, Snead. 3 right there. I think they shouldn't keep both Seth Robinson more. One of them will make it. I'll lean on Moore because he's been here 4, and he can play special. So with that said, the next 2, it will be lastly, if he can receive, he is like the backup of Hollywood. He has speed. That's 5. They will try to give the opportunity to Jaleel Scott to make the team. But I think my dark horse to make it is Weasley as your 6th receiver. If they keep 7, then I think both Seth and Moore makes it. But Weasley is another lengthy, tall receiver that could be a potential really good target in the red zone. Okay, so TJ has a good question. And by the way, shout out to you. Thanks for subscribing. How are we going to stop this run? Well, the run attack needs to be stopped by the D linemen. So Pierce, B. Will, and Henry, if he is Henry, need to be able to suck all those 5 O linemen between them 3. And they're big boys, right? They could do that. That allows the 2 linebacker and Tony Jefferson, which is really, really good on the running defensive side, to attack the running back or whoever's running, if it is a comeback or whatever. That's how they're gonna attack. Now, the linebackers, they're agile, but they're not the strongest dude. So if you allow the O lines to get to the second level, and that's usually for every middle linebacker. O linemen in the second level usually shreds middle linebacker. But I feel like our middle linebackers are going to especially feel the burden of an O-line, a big guard coming to them. So, I'm expecting our D-lineman, I'm expecting Wink to make sure the D-line can contain those O-linemen, to not allow the O-linemen to be in the second level. That way, Young and Peanut can take care of the running back without having to deal with the big boys. Thanks for that question. I'm going to read the where you guys are saying for the 6 wide receivers, and then with that I'm gonna head out. So let's get his 6 wide receivers are Hollywood Sneed, Boykins, Floyd, Robinson, lastly. Okay. Sonny, what should be my New Jersey purchase for this year? I'm telling you what I'm doing, because I love some Marlon Humphreys. I'm not necessarily loving his number. I'm getting his jersey, and I might get Hollywood's. Might get another one. Guys, once we get 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 of watch hours, which we're closer to that than the 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna do a giveaway of a jersey. At 350, we'll do a giveaway, not a jersey. Once I get monetized, then I'll do a jersey giveaway, and the person that wins picks the jersey that they want. Okay. So J Mark, bro, thanks for coming. Carrying 3 QBs is going to cause us to cut some talented player, too many corners and wide receiver. Yeah, you know what? Once we get closer to cut time, I'm gonna do my roster prediction all 53. So you'll see that. I got Hollywood, Boykins, Morris, Needs, lastly, and Joe Horn. Well, I feel like that's a little bit of search. I'm thinking Willis or the new Humphrey 44. Willis, damn, you love Willis that much. Okay, I got you. Floyd is better than Moore, and lastly. So, let's get it. My thing with Floyd is he gets injured. I'm not disagreeing. I started a segment saying how he will make the team is if Lastly cannot contribute in the red zone and none of these other receivers other than Boykins can contribute in the red zone, then you need a guy like Floyd. You need to keep him. That's why I have Wesley. The thing is, if you cut the other ones like Lastly, Wesley, those are guys that you have under your control for a while. You don't necessarily want to give up on them already. That's my thing. Floyd, he's on a 1-year deal. He wasn't coveted, so, you can cut him if you need to. So, TJ Forney said, my receivers are Hollywood Sneed, Boykins, Roberts, Weasley, Jalen Smith, and lastly. Okay, so, I know you're new to the channel. I think Jalen Smith ain't making it. He will make the practice squad team, but I don't think he has the chemistry with Lamar, and everybody loves him because of that. But what I see on film, I don't think the dude makes it. Let's get it said, Boykin is your only possession receiver. That's why I have Weasley. I think Weasley will be the other possession receiver. So, baby, is Deshaun Elliott gonna steal Tony's shot? Not this year, baby. Next year maybe, but not this year. I mean, he hasn't played for a year. You don't want him to be your starter this year. Good point. D-line will be the key. Yeah, that's what I think. Jamar says, I hope so, Mike. Don't count on it. Read an article saying Elliott on the bubble. I doubt that he's on the bubble, Jamar. That's just my opinion. Humphrey gonna change his numbers to 26 when Kennedy leaves. And Jamar says Need is a possession receiver. I agree. I forgot that. Yes, Jamar, he is a possession receiver. Guys, I'm gonna start checking out. Appreciate you guys coming. I'm gonna talk to Nubo to see if we have another live stream this week on the NF podcast. If not, I might make another one of this talking about how OTAs went and all that. Guys, thank you. If you can give a thumbs up before you leave the channel to this video, I will appreciate that. And like always, guys, thank you for coming. Hopefully you enjoyed the new segment. And I will see you next time. Peace out.